Still local race car driver, join me and James Rowland every Sunday at 7 p.m. for The Finish Line, where we discuss off-road, on-road, and sometimes next-to-the-road racing on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
On the Block with Strick and Austin.
Hey, he looked as advertised. He looked really good in the spring game, and because of that, we're going back to a bowl game this year, is what Husker fans are telling them. So I think the fans have a more realistic perspective, and I think this coaching staff has done a really good job of handling Dylan Raiola and the expectations around him.
Weekdays from 2 to 4 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
How was your drive to school?
Let me tell you, I had to get my iced coffee first. I just can't seem to put it down. My favorite rapper just announced a tour. My phone was buzzing like crazy. I'm so excited. I had to text all my friends right then to talk about it. Then someone started calling me and...
Let's try that again.
I turned my phone off right away. I never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Hi, it's Joel Norman, the voice of your Lincoln Stars hockey team. Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket every Tuesday night from 8 to 9 p.m. to hear the latest on the Stars with myself, head coach Rocky Russo, and special player guests.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson. This is Peter Ferguson, BHS LLC, and as always, joined on the ones and twos by Mr. Harrison. I appreciate him being here. I know it's one of those mornings that it's the annual, depending on which way you come from, getting through the marathon runners. So he made it in one piece and went ahead and cheered him on. So welcome this morning. How you doing?
Truly a buzzer beater, if I do say so myself this morning. I got, as per usual as a marathon, I was thinking if I leave at least an hour early, should be good. And I even took all the way wrapped around on 84th. And I was like, I'll try to swing it all the way. Because I always go the outside coming from 84th.
Okay.
Where you by the police station, all that. And I usually get stuck. Swing by 84th today. I think I must have met right when the gun went off because cars were flowing through the intersection by the J School. That's where I got locked in. So anybody's in their car right now listening to 93.7 The Ticket, if you're locked by that J School, I know the feeling. But no, I came in here, about ran, a little bit of a marathon myself.
Right on time. It doesn't start till you get here.
Yeah, I almost got motivated. I was like, maybe I'll just park my car and run the rest of the way because I was just counting the clock. But made it here on time. Shout out to Ben Droz. I gave him an unfortunate call this morning too. I was like, hey man, I know you live downtown. I might tell you to get on your legs and start running down there.
Yeah,
but
awesome.
Made it on time. Shout out to Ben for being prepared. But we're here. Good Feel Sunday. If you guys want to join in, 402-464-5685. This is Bigger Than the Score with Pete Ferguson And now we got plenty of content here this Ticket Sunday.
Yeah, no, and honestly, good luck and in all seriousness, good luck to the marathon runners, those who are doing the half and the full. Tremendous just accomplishment to get up. Got a beautiful day for it, to be honest, as you start thinking about it. Have done a number of the halves and actually did 4 fulls myself, and know like the preparation, kind of sometimes that anxiety that day that goes into it, and so the things you can't control, which is the weather. And so when you get a day like this, I mean, really no wind, the temperatures, people are like, oh, it's a little chilly. No, that's exactly what you want, because it's only going to go up usually. And so by the time they finish and those halves, that are turning into the full kind of take their route, it's going to be just absolutely perfect. So again, thanks to, good luck to them. A couple shout outs to Mr. Bill Bryant, who's a colleague and a coworker who's been on the show in the past, he's partaken in that piece. Awesome. And then just, the volunteers that go ahead and put it up. I come in off like that West O route, and so didn't hit. That's kind of towards the end of the people finishing up, and just the number of volunteers it takes for an undertaking like this. The National Guard, they've had definitely a busy last couple weeks with the weather, and so to continue to put additional hours and time into something like this, knowing the importance of it to the state and to the city itself, again, want to really commend them, because this is a tremendous undertaking, but also know that those individuals have given service above and beyond to support with the inclement weather that's happened in the last couple weeks.
Yeah, that's something I didn't even think to take account on that. But yeah, you see everybody out here working for it today, and those guys, you can imagine, probably get stretched thin at times with everything that was going on top of this event, because this is a pretty big event. A lot of things go around. It brings a lot of people into town. But I obviously on my way up here, saw plenty of them on the road, making sure, and I'm, being fussy about being stuck in traffic, but ideally you want people there, making sure that nothing bad's happening. So
local law enforcement and, all the way around. And so you talked about, like, you're getting back into running. We talked about that last week a little bit. Have you done a half, or have you done a full, or is that something you ever aspire to do? Or you're definitely like, I don't see that on my list at all?
No, I definitely need to do it. It's a matter of, I'm pretty good at putting those excuses, just like everybody else is. Time comes around, it's like, oh man, I got an appointment that day. I'd imagine that appointment's going to take 12 hours. I don't want to have time, stuff like that. But no, I'm definitely be willing to do it. I'm sure Fitness Fanatics, I'll get pressured into doing the next one. Shout out to Jeff and Nicole. Those guys do great things at Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. But no, it's something I definitely want to do. And because I can't remember what the percentage is. It's something insane for how many people have actually completed a marathon in their life.
It's like 1%, less than 1%. So
just to have that status and just to be able to, because it's just doing hard things. It feels good. It's gratifying. It's not gratifying unless there's hard work put into it for a lot of things in life. So it's definitely on my bucket list. What about you?
I can't remember how many halves. I want to say over 10.
Yeah,
I want to say close to that 15 range. There was a period of time where I was just cranking them out. Like, you got into shape and you're like, okay, I can do one. And I won't say I was cranking them out, but I had these goals. I wanted to get to like 150, then that 145 time. I think my best was like 146, 47, for a half. And then I did the full. And I think I've said it before on the show, like, my goal was to beat Oprah's time. And I was like, I can beat Oprah's time. That was just like my random goal. I don't know why I picked it, but you can go online and look at people who've done marathons and see their times. And I think hers was like 4:38 or something like that.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was. And so I was like, I can do that. And I never beat it. I think I came 4:39, like 75. And I remember, like, it was just like I was crushed, because I was like, what are you kidding? 4:39. And you start remembering every time, like, maybe you started walking, or you could have like ran a little bit more and you cut off. And so, but then I remember somebody told me she had a professional trainer, she had time and dietitian and chef and like these pacers and everything. And so, I think my most enjoyable one was my last one. And that's the one I didn't train. I trained the least for, just because I was injured, but I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I just, like, I took in everything. I think the other ones, I was so like, okay, I did this 20-mile run. I didn't like running outside. And so I did like my runs inside. I did them on treadmills.
Oh, see, I'm the opposite. I can't stand the treadmill.
I hated outside. I hated it with a passion. I loved it when it was hot, because I would lose weight and stuff, but it wasn't safe. Like, I would go out and I would just come back, and it would be like the salt. like I look like this now. I look like you when I would come back. Like it would just, and so I loved it because you could just physically the changes. I mean, you'd come back like 8 pounds lighter, 10 pounds lighter. But I would be that guy at the Y, like only 30 minutes on the treadmill or 1 hour. And then I would get off and I'd bounce to another one.
Oh,
And then
yeah.
I'd bounce to another one. And we had one at the house and I just wore that sucker out because I hated elements.
Yeah, see, that's where I need to get better with the treadmill. Like, I like the outside too much.
Right.
And winter comes around, it's like, oh, well, obviously I'm not going to
Yeah.
run out. And then the running just completely goes on hold. So
Okay.
a little bit of finding that love between the both. We do got Nicole Icing chiming in here saying, you can do it. I'm assuming shouting out to me doing a marathon, half marathon at some point. I appreciate her chiming in. And again, we'll have Fitness Fanatics.
Yeah.
That's a 2-hour show, 9 to 11 every single Sunday. But we're about 10 minutes into the show here, and now we got a loaded room full of guests. Pete Ferguson, who do we all got in studio today?
Yeah, as always, I think it's that inspiration. And I sent a tweet out and a couple social media posts out earlier. If you're on the route or you're running or you're supporting, this would be a great opportunity to listen. We've got 3 scholars here that will provide insight, inspiration, empowerment, engagement. And I've had the good fortune of getting to know them a little this year. And they are members of a group called the Belmont Tracks Empowerment Group, which has been a longstanding group that I've gotten the opportunity to facilitate and founded early on. And they're the 17th edition of that group. But also, more importantly, they have named themselves the Inclusion Spreaders. And they're going to talk a little bit about that and a lesson plan that they've put together. But we're joined today by, and I'm going to read a little bit about who they are and who their teachers said they were, so you get to know them. The first one is Scholar Jaden. And what it said is, if I could transport myself to a source of inspiration, I would choose the heart and mind of Jaden. Born to be a scholar, Jaden seeks every opportunity to strengthen his brain. Coupled with his sincere heart and a drive to succeed, the value that Jaden places on perspective and growth is what makes him unstoppable. I mean, first off, congratulations on that, but it's great to have you in studio here today. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
All right, Jaden, I'm gonna have you scoot up just a little bit closer so your mouth is almost on that mic. So how are you doing again this morning?
Good.
Awesome. Fantastic. So our next guest here is right next to me. It's Alexa. And what was said about Alexa by one of her educators is Alexa cares deeply about her community. In our classroom, she doesn't need to be asked to help those around her. She just does it. It's not enough for Alexa to understand what we are learning in the classroom. She ensures that the people around her know what to do as well. So Alexa, how are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
Awesome. Fantastic. I see the beautiful smile. I love that. I love that. And our last individual, last but not least, is Melinda. And Melinda, we're excited. So Melinda, what was said about her is, Melinda, I have never met someone who truly embodies what it means to be a friend to all until I met you. You have this overwhelming joy, heart, and empathy that makes people naturally gravitate towards you as a friend. And the best part is you always welcome them with open arms. And so we want to welcome you to 93.7 The Ticket with open arms. Melinda, how are you doing this morning?
Good.
Awesome. Fantastic. So we've got Alexa, Melinda, and Jaden. And I'm going to start, Alexa, I want to start with you. Tell us a little bit about just who you are. And so I know, introduce yourself, your purpose, and we'll go from there.
Okay. So as you said, I'm Alexa Sutton. My purpose is to lift others up and also like spread joy.
Fantastic. And so we talked a little bit, but where do you go to school? Have you always gone to school at Belmont or have you been other places?
Yeah, I've always been to Belmont.
Okay. And who is in your family?
Well, my mom, my brother Axel, and my 2 friends Gisela and Anna.
Awesome. So I love the way you said your mom first. So I know sometimes we can't call our moms by first name, but we want people to know who your mom is, and she's out here. So what's her first name so people can give her a shout out that are listening from work and everything else.
My mom's name's Erica.
Awesome. So Erica, fantastic. She brought her this morning. It was awesome to see her. So thank you for doing that. We're going to go with you, Jaden. Tell us like who you are, give us your purpose and who's in your family.
Okay, I'm Jaden Alvaro Reyes. I always was in Belmont,
never change schools or anything. And who's a part of my family? I think my mom, my dad, my brother, and my friend Monty, if he's watching.
Okay. Yeah, you got to get up early, so you make you super. Tell us, what is your purpose? So, what's your purpose statement?
My purpose is to just live life to the fullest.
Awesome, fantastic. And so, what are your parents' names? So, you said your mom and dad, but give us your parents' names and your siblings' names as well.
Well, my dad's name is Hector. My mom's name is Uspalva, and my brother's name is Daniel.
Awesome, fantastic. And so you got a couple here with you today cheering you on, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. They're out there rooting you on. And so, Melinda, what about you? Tell us, go ahead and introduce yourself to us and who's in your family.
My name is Melinda Winston, and I am a Belmont track scholar. And my purpose is to be a Lou, lift others up, and help out. And everyone that's in my family is my mom, my sister, my dad, my dogs. And that's really it.
Awesome. So give a shout out to your mom's name, and then you also know you got some other individuals that have helped and brought you here today. So give them a shout out by name.
My mom's name is Cheryl Gertel, and my dad's name is Marcus Winston.
Okay, and you got your grandma, grandparents, and then give us the names of the dogs.
My grandma's name is Helen Gertel.
Okay. And what are the name of the dogs?
Kratos is the first one, and Willow is the second one.
Okay, you got a full house going on there. So awesome. So you told us a little bit about who you are. We're going to go to a break, but then when we come back, we want to learn a little bit more about you all, okay, as individuals, but then also we want to learn a little bit more about tracks, but this group that you all created called the Inclusion Spreaders, and what kind of lessons you want people to take away from, making sure that inclusion is something that everybody experiences. And as Sam Stetcher often says, that we want to make sure that kindness or especially inclusion isn't random. So we'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, bigger than the score.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
Have a passion for the outdoors? Nebraska Game and Parks is seeking seasonal teammates. Work in scenic state parks, contribute to vital research projects, and care for our natural spaces. Seasonal staff assist with special events, provide customer service to outdoor enthusiasts, and make a difference for conservation. Join the adventure at outdoornebraska.gov. Apply online today.
Paid for by Nebraska Game and Parks. Aired in cooperation with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Join us each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon for Youth Football 101 with Tank Perry of the Nebraska Red Wolves of 7-on-7 football. The future of the sport depends on the foundation set at a young age. Hear those stories and more each Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, Shaylee Bade here, local sprint car driver and mom. Join me, James, and Bree this Sunday at 7 p.m. at the finish line on 93.7 The Ticket or theticketfm.com. Please feel free to join us before the show at 6:30, where we will be hanging out, signing some autographs, and selling some merch. Can't wait to see you.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids.
First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse.
Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Sometimes I just cannot believe all the storms we've gone through here. I can only hope that we'll be able to leave this house to you one day, baby. You're our legacy.
Planning for these disasters will make sure we're safe, and is the best way to protect that legacy.
Protect your legacy. Visit ready.gov/plan for the tools and tips you need to start your emergency preparedness plan today. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Old School with DP and J.
Very small percentage of players, coaches, administrators thinking like, I'm planting my flag here. Nick Saban's run probably won't happen. It takes a very unique person and personality to be comfortable where you are, be strong enough to push to get what you need, and then also be very strong enough in a player's standpoint to advocate for yourself at the right time.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John Henry's has a brand new membership club to protect your entire home in one program. With a VIP and a deluxe option, we will help you find the plan that best fits your needs. Receive discounts on services and equipment, priority service, complimentary inspections, and so much more. Protect your home's plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical systems all in one membership. Call John Henry's to learn more.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Ironhide Construction is a Nebraska-based general contracting and steel construction firm. Their expert team is experienced in building innovative construction solutions across several industries. While they were previously known for their extensive experience in steel erection and metal buildings, they've continued to evolve over the last several years into a full-service general contracting firm. They take pride in their commitment to quality, cutting-edge technology, and having a passion for what they do. For more information about their services or to discuss an upcoming project, visit www.ironhideconstruction.com or call 402-420-4961.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
You guys talk about songs that you love. Is there a song that you absolutely loathe in this world?
Oh, there is, and I can't think of them right now.
Just pick an Ozzy Osbourne song.
I despise with all my being Benny and the Jets by Elton John. I hate that song. Jersey Mike's or Chick-fil-A.
Chick is good. Jersey Mike's, I'm going to say it'd be 90th.
No, come on.
90th.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and joined as always on the ones and twos with Harrison. So again, I always truly do appreciate him coming in and running the board for us. So Harrison,
Absolutely.
if people want to get in touch with us, how can they do that this morning?
Yeah, as always, 402-464-5685. That's the Starter Heyman text line. If you want to put a face to the voice, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and as always, Allo Channel 961. Great way to put a face to the voice, especially since today we got 3 new guests in studio today.
Well, and as you talked about, we've got 3 phenomenal elementary scholars that are part of the Tracks Empowerment Program, but also they're going to talk a little bit about being a group called the Inclusion Spreaders as well. We've got Melinda, we've got Jaden and Alexa, and they both earlier shared their purpose on who they are, what they're about. One of the things, and they also shared about their family. I think we want to start off at just, let's start with you, Melinda. Tell us some other things that you're involved in outside of school.
I am involved in cheer and cooking, and then I also do like bracelets, and I just got like a new bracelet kit, and so yeah.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about that cheer. Why cheer? And then I'm gonna have to ask you about that cooking piece.
I choose cheer because I'm really athletic and I'm always wanting to do flips, and so I got myself into cheer.
Okay, fantastic. And so the cooking piece, what do you throw down? What's the thing that you make that people, when they go ahead, they're gonna be like, okay, that's some good stuff.
I could make really anything, but my favorite thing to make probably has to be some type of pasta or breakfast.
Okay, Harrison, what do you think about that right there?
I mean, with pasta, that's always a great move. I'll do anything pasta. It's give me the carbs. That's quality stuff right there.
Well, we got like Chef Matt. He's done the stuff with the drive in the morning, and then we've got the waffles on Heavenly Waffles on Wednesday. So we might have to bring you in for a competition with the Heavenly Waffles on Wednesday to see what you got. Jaden, what about you? What are some things that you're involved in?
Well, I'm involved. I like to draw sometimes.
Okay.
But like other than that, I'm not really involved in anything because I'm more involved in tracks than anything.
Okay, good stuff. So when you're drawing, what's something that you like inspires you? What's something that inspires you when you draw?
Well, honestly, I just want to draw the best because there's always that kind of like motivation when you draw. You want to make it look good. You want to make it like, make it look, like the best.
Awesome. I like that. That's something you can put into anything. And so, like I said, whether it's drawing or your pictures or whatever else. So that motivation to do your best. And Alexa, what about you? What are some things you're involved in?
Reading and sketching.
Okay. What's like reading? What's the genre you like to get into? Science fiction, reality, biographies? What do you like to read?
Graphic novels.
Wow. What's the one you're reading right now, or what's one of your favorites?
I would say the Okay Witch 1 and then the Okay Witch 2.
Tell me a little bit about that. I'm not familiar. Harrison might be. He might be a little bit more up on that.
No, I'm not aware either.
Okay.
Feel free to explain that one.
It's like about a girl that like she didn't know she was a witch until like the first book, and then like she's still trying to figure out her powers, and she also meets some friends along to help her, and then also a talking cat.
Okay, fantastic. So Harrison and I might have to buy that for him and go ahead and pick that up, and he can read which one. I'll read the second book. So there's only 2 books in the series?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Okay, we'll hit that up then. So we've talked a little bit about just tracks, and you all have made mention of that piece. And so I want your description. Obviously, we can give the clinical description of what it is, and that's an empowerment and a leadership opportunity. We read your bios earlier, like why you were nominated and selected to be a part of it. You're one of 9 individuals from the 4th grade at the elementary school to be a part of the program. Tell us in your words, what is tracks? Alexa, I'm going to start with you.
Oh, well, in my words, I would say like it's the group of like people who are trying to work on something, like to like show people like the right thing to do, but they don't necessarily have to do it, just like at least do it once.
Okay. And so, Jaden, I want to ask you there's a term that we've brought forward when we talk about leadership, and we want individuals. Leadership is a big thing. And the shout out to, there you go, with the fitness fanatics getting their pregame in on the marathon to cheer on some people before they come in studio. So Jeff and Nicole, I hope all's going well. So Jaden, back to you a little bit. We talk about, we want people to be a certain type of leader. because I think everybody has it in them. They can be a leader, and we talked about good and bad leaders, and the type of leader we want people to be in tracks is what kind of leader? Do you remember?
Servant leader.
A servant leader. And so can you define for those people that may not know what a servant leader is? What is a servant leader? What's the definition of a servant leader?
Well, when you think of servant leader, you're probably like, what is that? Because a leader's not supposed to be a servant. They're supposed
Go ahead, Jay.
they're supposed to lead. But in the same thing, a servant leader is to lead for the common good.
And so give a couple examples maybe of a servant leader. Like when people hear the common good, like who are people that maybe have embodied or do that on a regular basis?
Well, probably like MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., one of the most obvious. There's also Malcolm X, who was in Nebraska. And there's much more that can really help, I guess.
Awesome. And so as you talked about servant leaders, Melinda, for you, when we talk about servant leadership, what's another component or what's another piece of tracks that you have experienced during the course of the program so far?
That when we get together, we always learn about servant leaders, and we always learn about how people help each other and to be kind to one another, and even if you don't like them, still be kind.
Like that. And so as you all have kind of gone through this, you've gotten to hear your voice, kind of be elevated. We always talk about elevating youth voice, but you've also got to experience an opportunity with some high school scholars as well in a similar group. Why is it important for youth to have voice in things? And Alexa, I'm going to start with you.
Well, you want people to hear you, because maybe they won't understand what you're saying if you don't talk.
Right.
And then also you need it to like Martin Luther King Jr. He used his voice for good and to help. And you're gonna need a voice for that. You need a strong voice.
Awesome. Fantastic. And so what is, and I'm going to go to Melinda, I'm going to go to you. What does a strong voice look like? I mean, and I would say look, but what does a strong voice sound like or look like?
So, when you're talking and someone goes to ask you, say right now I'm using a strong voice because I'm not super duper quiet, but I'm also not super duper loud.
Okay. And Jaden, what's a message that, I don't want to say an inspirational message, but a message of value that a servant leader would deliver? I'm going to even put you on stage. So what is a message that you would give to somebody that they could turn back and say, you know what, that sounds like something a servant leader would deliver?
Well, to lead for the common good, that sounds pretty hard, but you can still do it anywhere. So you can be the servant leader just anywhere.
Fantastic. I like that. Wherever you are and whatever you do. And so we've talked a little bit about inclusion. Okay. And you've used the word kindness, but we like to use the word inclusion and what that is. And Jaden, give us a definition. What is inclusion?
Well, not excluding others because they're not like you or you don't like them. Those inclusion is just you're being friends with everyone.
Wow, like that. Melinda, give us your definition of inclusion.
My definition of inclusion is to let others in. If you're playing a game at recess and someone's sitting there alone, you go up to them and say, hey, you want to come play with us? And if they say no, you just leave them alone. If they say yes, then you can just include them into your game.
Okay. So I like how you talked about what that looks like for you at your level. Alexa, I'm going to ask you a question because for some reason, and I kind of look at Harrison, adults find it hard sometimes. They find it to sometimes be kind, but also to be inclusive hard. And so if you had all the adults sitting right here in front of you, what is define inclusion, but also give us I guess a strategy or give us why, how we can make it easier, how we can handle, hard a little bit better, making things inclusive.
That's a hard one.
I muddled it a little bit, but I'm going to simplify it. If you were to give adults advice on inclusion, what is a piece of advice you would give?
I mean, probably
what's one thing that you do that you feel like, okay, I'm a type of person that is inclusive?
well, something that I do is whenever we have to get in groups for questions, if someone's not within any group, I invite them to be in our group sometimes. And then if I don't have a partner, then yeah, we just become a group.
Awesome. And so what is a piece of advice that you would have? I think, Melinda, you talked about it a little bit earlier, a piece of advice that you would have for young people to be inclusive. Jaden, so I'm going to start with you. What's a piece of advice that you would have for young people? And I mean by 0 to 25 years of age, a piece of advice for them to be increasingly inclusive or kind to one another.
Well, like Melinda said, I would try to be more connected because we as a community, we're not as productive as we used to. And if you try to have a conversation with someone and they say, go away, I'm eating Subway, then just go away. So basically it.
I like Harrison. I heard.
I
mean,
could use some of that.
Just
Just leave them alone if they don't want the company at that time. Yeah, I mean, I like it. Just being aware of situations and circumstances, and I'm really impressed by all of you guys. Just that young understanding of communication and relationships and how you got to respect those boundaries. Well said.
Well, I also think that just being productive, I mean, it's simple. I mean, I think sometimes we look up things and you sit there, and I've done it. I've gone to conferences and I've gone to conferences and everything, and there's these long drawn out definitions and all these strategies and this, that, and the other. And Jaden just said, just being productive is something that can make things done. So really love that. Well, we're going to take another short break. And then when we come back, I want to ask you about your all's lesson plan. And so you all have titled yourself as the inclusion spreaders. And you are going to undertake and doing the lesson plans this week for your peers at Belmont. And so I'm interested, and I think the rest of our audience is interested about your lesson plans, what that looks like, and why you're including certain components. So we'll be back on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.
The Omaha Supernovas are back in action this Monday, May 6th, versus the Vegas Thrill at the Dollar Loan Center in Las Vegas. The Mullen Motors pregame show with Derek Pearson and Renee Saunders starts at 8 p.m. with first serve at 9. Make sure to tune in to the Next Ag Appraisal and Realty postgame show right after the match ends. Catch all the action on your flagship station, 93.7 The Ticket, and statewide on the Supernovas Radio Network.
Hey there, fellas. It's your girl Jordan with Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Women may be complicated, but I make sure buying jewelry isn't. Your gal has a style, and you can figure this out. Is she more of a classic necklace kind of gal, or does she rock the boho chic vibe with layers of delicate bracelets? This is crucial intel. Not trusting your intel? Stop in the store and we'll sort out the details. I promise to make this super easy. Until next time, this is Jordan at Sartor Heyman Jewelry. Happy shopping, guys.
And Van Dorn letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 7th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Your child was embarrassed when you arrived at their basketball game. 75% of parents or guardians report current alcohol use. Drinking alcohol can cause harm to children and loved ones. By drinking less, your child will be excited to see you at their basketball game. If you or a loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Focus. Without the right focus, you don't know what you could be missing. And when you're driving, keeping things in focus could be the difference in preventing a tragedy. I'm Trooper Fitzgerald with the Nebraska State Patrol. When behind the wheel, driving deserves your full attention. Help keep Nebraska roads safe. Avoid distractions and keep your focus on driving. This message is presented by the Nebraska State Patrol and the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money in your meat and groceries. Now through May 5th, enjoy Cinco de Mayo specials. USDA choice skirt or flank steak for $9.99 per pound. Thin slice carne asada, $8.99 per pound. Party size Frito-Lays, $3.88 per bag. And 24 packs of Budweiser or Bud Light for just $17.99 each when you buy 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Highball Bar in downtown Lincoln is open and located just north of 11th and O Street. Highball Bar offers a vibe and atmosphere like no other, making it the perfect place to grab a drink or beverage. Highball Bar features great events such as Karaoke Sunday, $4 Tito's on Mondays, Jack Daniel's specials on Wednesdays, and much more. Make Highball Bar your go-to spot after a hard day at work or on the weekend. Highball Bar, located at 122 North 11th Street in downtown Lincoln.
Far too many kids in our community face extreme challenges due to homelessness, abuse, and neglect. Despite the troubles these kids face, we believe in them. Believe in giving them the safety and stability they deserve. Your gift on Give to Lincoln Day will help us provide services to meet kids where they're at, while also showing them how far they can go. Please make your gift to Cedars on Give to Lincoln Day.
RC's Boxing Production is proud to present the new prospects at the Complex. Come enjoy a show of Lincoln's best professional and amateur boxers on Saturday, May 25th at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com. You won't want to miss this event. It's the new prospects at the Complex on Saturday, May 25th at 1555 Yolanda Avenue, right off of Cornhusker Highway.
Hi, I'm Senator Bo Ballard. I was born and raised in Lancaster County, learning the value of hard work and grit at a young age. I built my own company, creating jobs right here in our community. I know that families and businesses in our community need lower taxes, lower cost of healthcare, and a great education. That's why, as your senator, I helped pass the largest tax cut and made the most significant investment in education in Nebraska history and worked to reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm Senator Bo Ballard, and I humbly ask for your vote on May 14th. Paid for by Ballard for Nebraska.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Back to Bigger Than the Score with Peter Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score. This is Peter Ferguson, and as always, joined on the ones and twos on a marathon Sunday with Harrison. And so always appreciative of him. And again, good luck to those that are running and also those out there supporting. Couldn't have asked for a better day. Also very appreciative of the volunteers that are out there giving their time to make this experience happen for so many. So best of luck, and looking forward to getting out there and supporting a couple of those runners that are bringing up this over here on 10th Street. I think some of them are starting to come in. You can kind of see, we'll see some finishers coming across here, across the screen, coming in the middle to grab a coffee treat here.
Yeah,
So
I was going to say maybe more for the fans out there enjoying it. I don't know if coffee is the first hot item after running a marathon, but if you're out there supporting friends, family, whoever it may be, you want a place to stop, the mill is open and will be open at least until 1 p.m., I believe. I'm sure they'll even stay open later just with the marathon going on. So again, we got workers back there. If you want a cup of Joe, head down here, 1040 O Street. You can meet some of the talent, like some of the guests we have on today, this morning. And we got Jeff and Nicole walking by again for their show later on. So again, plenty going on here this weekend. You can hop by the mill, say what's up to the talent, Pete Ferguson, and any guest that may be here at the time. But nonetheless, Pete, I'll throw it to you. We got about 10 minutes left on the show.
Yeah, we've been joined by 3 phenomenal scholars, and they are representatives of the Belmont Empowerment Tracks program opportunity. And so we have Melinda in studio, we have Scholar Jaden, and also Scholar Alexa, and they have been dropping nuggets and knowledge all over the place. They gave shout outs to their family, but also shared their purpose. And I'm going to ask them, for those that maybe missed the opening again, Melinda, go ahead and share your opening, your purpose statement, and introduce yourself.
My name is Melinda Winston, and I'm a Belmont Track Scholar. My purpose is to include others and be a Lou and lift others up.
Fantastic. Jaden, same thing.
Okay. Like Pete said, I'm Jaden. Hi. Jaden Alvarez is for full name. My purpose is to live life to the fullest. And yeah.
Okay. And Alexa?
I'm Alexa Sutton. My purpose is to lift others up and spread joy.
Fantastic. And you want to give a shout out? I know you did this a little bit earlier, but to somebody that might be listening that either isn't in your family or outside, I want to give you that opportunity. So Alexa, anybody you want to shout out to?
My brother Axel.
Fantastic. Jaden, what about you?
My second grade teachers, Mrs. Swan, I mean.
Okay, awesome. Melinda?
I give a shout out to Miss Roth, my mom, my dad, and my sister.
Okay, we got them all in there. So you all have been involved, obviously, within the tracks component, but you have created a lesson plan. So you're going to get to be educators, not just for a day, but overall. And the focus is inclusion. And so I'm interested about what's included in that lesson plan. What parts do you have? And then what do you hope people will take away from it? So first off, let's just start about the parts that you have in the lesson plan. So Alexa, what is your part in the Inclusion Spreaders lesson plan?
I'm going to be talking about a girl who's sitting alone on a bench.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit more what people are supposed to take away from that.
So, like, I'm saying, like, that's, like, not inclusion because, like, no one's wanting to sit with her or, like, make her feel better. And, like, she might be scared.
Okay. So you're sharing, I know that initially the story of Elizabeth Eckford, who was one of the Little Rock Nine to integrate schools. And so there was a story about as she was turned away from integrating the school in Little Rock, Arkansas, that she went back and redirected to a bench where it was a bus stop. And so at the bus stop, she sat by herself and was surrounded by a crowd. And so you're going to kind of explain, nobody should have to sit alone and what that looks like. And so when people sit with you, what feeling does that give you?
I mean, like, it just gives me a normal feeling of happiness and, like, joyful.
Awesome.
I'm not alone.
Fantastic. So Jaden, what is your part in the lesson plan?
There was this picture. It's about equality. These people are trying to watch a football game, but they have a fence. But at the very last image, the fence was gone, and that was called equality. But you could draw your own image to show what your idea of equality is.
Okay. And so as you kind of go down that list, what was your picture look like? I mean, paint a picture for us without like drawing it. Paint a picture of what that fourth picture would look like for you.
Well, the tallest would stand because he doesn't need any boxes. He would have the kid on his sojourn, so the other kid could watch, but the other kid would have some boxes so he could watch too with them.
Awesome. Fantastic. And it's art with an illustration, but you really you draw us in by verbally explaining, what that would look like for everybody to experience equity and have a similar type experience based on the needs that they need at that given time. So really appreciate that. Melinda, what is your part in the lesson plan?
My part in the lesson plan is the introduction of the inclusion spreaders, and this is mine. I'm Melinda Winston, and here's a lesson for you about inclusion spreaders. And then it went on to say that inclusion is something that you can help people with, and also inclusion gives hope and love, and
Okay, awesome. I like that. And so you ended up with something you said it includes hope and love. And DP, we kicked off about probably a couple weeks ago our Love Is segment in regards to just getting individuals' definition to finish the prompt like love is. And so I'm going to ask you each to finish that statement. So Melinda, love is finish that line.
love is hope and something to give someone when they're feeling down.
Fantastic. Jaden, what about you?
Love is to connect and relationships.
Wow. Why do relationships matter? I want to build off that. Why do you feel relationships absolutely matter?
Because it connects to a community, so we can make a more productive community.
Who's somebody in your life that does relationships really, really well?
Probably my dad.
Give us some examples why he's so good at it.
Well, he used to work in the army, and he used to go to a food bank so he could give the homeless food.
Wow. Appreciate that. Appreciate your dad's service in that as well. And thanks for that example. So Alexa, what about you? Love is
just like being there for someone, like even if they don't need it. Like right now my mom's here for me, and yeah, I really appreciate it.
wow. And so you've talked about your mom a little bit. Give us some characteristics, like just tell us what makes your mom so special.
Well, she is my mom, so of course I love her, and then also she's always there for me, and I can appreciate that because even if I get something wrong on a test, she's always proud of the score that I get. And then if I need help with my homework or something, she would help me, and I really appreciate her.
Awesome. Well, shout out to your mom being here. She's phenomenal. I say young lady, and so really appreciate her on that. So, and someone in closing, I want to know what are your all's goals, aspirations beyond elementary school. And so, what are some things that you all are looking forward to beyond elementary school? You want to accomplish? You plan on doing with your lives as you get to be seasoned, like Harrison over here. So, Melinda, we'll start with you.
So my goals are to be a Olympian or a coach, but I also want to run a mile every day because I want to be in a marathon one day. And then I also want to be a singer or an actress.
Okay, got a full list there, Harrison. We might have to
move along with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think we can get you started on the mile, get you out there, go ahead with the individuals because you might need to go ahead and finish a couple of these miles here when they hit mile 12. So, Jaden, what about you? What are your aspirations, goals, hopes, and dreams?
Well, my goal is just to finish college, go to medical school, and be a doctor because I feel like hospitals don't have enough doctors to really need and get treatment for other people. Like in 2020, when COVID hit, not a lot of people were dying because there weren't enough doctors to just get everyone.
Wow. I mean, the fact that how you're articulating, and then like we keep thinking like, okay, being removed because COVID, you were first grade or kindergarten, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and experiencing that and that realization prompted you to be wanting to be a doctor. Do you know kind of what kind of doctor you want to be? Do you want to be a pediatrician, orthopedic surgeon? What do you have an idea, or just right now kind of the door is open?
Well, not really, because I don't know much about doctors yet.
Okay.
But I just want to go to med school so I can learn about them and
Wow.
actually figure out what I want to do.
Wow, that's powerful in itself, and wanting to help people kind of goes a long line with everything that you've said today. Alexa, what about you? What are your goals and aspirations?
Go to college, be a voice actor/actor.
Okay. Any special thing you said to be a voice actor? Anything you'd like to do the voiceover for?
Probably Stitch. I'm very good at that.
Oh, wait a minute. We might have to get one here. Give us a voiceover Stitch real quick for it.
Oh, my moon's family.
We might, hey, right there, we're signing you on the dotted line. You're employed at 937 The Ticket. You're doing you're doing the opening for Bigger Than the Score in Stitch's voice, moving forward. What do you think about that, Harrison?
I've always think good voice actors. You guys can hear them on the ads. Some of those reasons they stick around. It's, you got a good voice actor behind it. So that might be in your upbringing here if DP ever hears this.
Awesome. Hey, I know we had Phil Maynard chime in real quick. You want to give that as we get ready to go ahead and close the program?
Yeah, absolutely. Always shout out to Phil for chiming in here on Facebook. Equal opportunities and resources, especially for those that may be excluded or marginalized. Love the ideas of what these scholars bring to focus of inclusivity. So shout out Phil Maynard, and of course, wise words there as always.
Awesome. Well, I want to go ahead and I want to thank Melinda. I want to thank you, Jaden. I want to thank you, Alexa, for being here this morning. I want to thank your parents and the supports for bringing you down. Also, a special shout out to the 4th grade team over at Belmont Elementary School, Miss Lindsay Cotner, who is the team lead there and helps support this, and Mrs. Bobby Ehrlich. So with that being said, stay on the lookout for the inclusion spreaders on our social media. We'll be tweeting about them and their lesson plan this week. But again, just remember that love is, and I'm going to let you finish, Alexa. What's love is what?
Inclusion.
Fantastic. We'll see you next week on 93.7 The Ticket, Bigger Than the Score.